Once upon a time, there was a wombat family who lived in a burrow underground. There was a mother wombat and a father wombat and there should be two baby wombats, but one of these baby wombats was always missing when there was digging to be done. The smallest baby wombat was called Kylie. She loved to eat, she loved to tease her big sister, but one thing she did not like to do was dig. Remember that I said Kylie Wombat loved to tease her big sister? Well, she did this by playing copycat wombat, copying everything her sister did or said, except digging, of course. Oh dear. Kylie Wombat wasn't much help in the burrow. In fact, sometimes she just got in the way. Soon, the mother wombat came up to the top of the burrow to see what all the noise was about. Kylie really did want to dig with the whole family. She just needed to learn how to do it. Because she was so good at playing copycat wombat, Kylie Wombat was soon able to dig like everyone else, and even dug a room all of her own. Hey guys, I'm going to sing a song. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful farm far out in the country. Lots of noisy animals lived on this farm, but the loudest of all was a rooster named Rory. It was Rory's job to wake up the farmer every morning with a cock-a-doodle-doo! But one morning, Rory the rooster woke up with a tickly, scratchy feeling inside his throat. And when he opened his beak to go cock-a-doodle-doo, Rory seems to have lost his cock-a-doodle-doo. Who's going to wake up the farmer now? Here comes Rory's friend, the cow. So the cow took a deep breath and she went, uh-oh. The cow had a sore throat now too. She couldn't wake up the farmer either. The next animal to wake up on the farm was the horse. So the horse took a deep breath and gave it her best shot. Oh no, not another sore throat on the farm. The rooster knew that the pig couldn't possibly do the job because...
Pig, sleep in!
Just then, the little barn mouse came scurrying out of the barn. Rory wasn't sure how such a little mouse with such a little squeak could help at all. But before you could say cock-a-doodle-doo, the little mouse had climbed up to ring the bell on the barn door and... Soon everyone on the farm was awake. The farmer, the other animals, even the pig. So until Rory's cock-a-doodle-doo came back, the little mouse rang the bell every morning to wake up the farm. And then when their sore throats were all better, Rory's animal friends joined him for the loudest wake-up call ever. And that's the end of the story. Now, I've got a feeling that it's time for a song. Once upon a time, far, far out in the ocean, there lived a little whale called Bob. Bob certainly did have a big, wide tail. It was much bigger and wider than the tails of other whales in the ocean. Sometimes the other whales made fun of Bob's tail, which made him feel a bit sad. Not all of the sea creatures made fun of Bob's tail. His best friend the mermaid thought Bob was lucky to have such a wonderful wide tail. The mermaid wished she could find a way to make Bob feel better about his tail. Suddenly, she had an idea. The mermaid invited the other whales to join in a swimming race with Bob. The other whales couldn't believe that Bob was going to race with such a big, wide tail. The mermaid was going to be the judge for the race. Mermaids are very good at judging things. And they were off, but poor Bob was coming last. Come on, Bob, your song might help. Yep. Bob waved his big wide tail as fast as he could, and soon he was swimming so fast that he was in front of the other whales. He did it! Bob won the race. The other whales were a bit surprised. Bob felt very proud of his wonderful wide tail, and so did his friend the mermaid. Bob's big wide tail became famous in the ocean. Creatures would come from far away just to watch him swim and sing, and no one ever made fun of him again. Time for the animal song. See you there! Once upon a time, there was a girl called Lucy. Lucy had lots of friends, and she liked to meet them in the park to play games. This day started out just like any other ordinary day, but Lucy had a feeling that today was going to be special. Anyway, Lucy and her friends liked to play skipping games together, hopping games together, but when it came to running games, well, Lucy didn't like these much. In fact, she didn't like to play running games at all, because she didn't think she could run fast enough. Just then, Lucy heard something unusual behind her favourite tree. The genie had something special for Lucy. Lucy was so excited that she started running straight away. She ran around the tree, across the park, and she even joined in a running race with her friends. Lucy just wanted to keep on running. Lucy couldn't believe it. The magic running shoes weren't there at all. Lucy was a really good runner, even without the magic running shoes. I think she'll join in all the running games from now on, don't you think?
Come on, let's keep running!
Yeah, it's time to sing! Once upon a time, there was a boy called Hugh, and today was his birthday. Oh, did I mention that it was a surprise party? Well, it was a surprise party. And here comes Hugh now. Shh, shh. What a great birthday surprise. Hugh loved his presents. He got some purple socks, he got an orange whistle, and he also got a bag of jelly beans. Soon, it was time to blow out the birthday candle and make a wish. Before long, it was time for Hugo's friends to go home. Hugh went off to bed, and the very next day, something amazing had happened. Hugh's wish came true. It was his birthday again today. He got some purple socks, he got an orange whistle, and he also got a bag of jelly beans. Time to blow out the birthday candle and make another wish. Hugh was enjoying his second birthday so much that he wished for, well, you know. Soon it was time for Hugh's friends to go home again. So Hugh had 2 birthdays in a row. And the next morning, you guessed it, Hugh's wish came true. It was his birthday again today. He got some purple socks, he got an orange whistle, and he also got a bag of jelly beans. You know what comes next? It was time to blow out the birthday candle and make yet another wish. This time, Hugh had a different wish. Phew, all that partying was making me dizzy. Well, what about singing then?
Well, I love to sing. I can do that every day. Come on, guys.
Once upon a time, there was a girl called Denuta, and she lived right in the middle of a very busy city. Denuta was very happy living in the city. All the friends lived nearby, and there was always lots to do. Today, Denuta thought was a park kind of day. On the way to the park, Denuta came across something unusual. It was a little duck right in the middle of the city. The little duck didn't say a word. The little duck wasn't sure about telling Denuta his name, but she did seem like a very nice sort of human. Sorry. Denuta thought that Waddle Featherweight was the best name she'd ever heard. Denuta and Waddle Featherweight became the best of friends. They played together, they went shopping together. In fact, they liked to do everything together until... Just then, Denuta had a great idea. Denuta and Waddle Featherweight went out of the flat, down the busy city street, across the park, and there it was, the pond. Hey, don't wet me.
Come on in. The water's great.
Okay, so the 2 friends played together pond basketball. Whoops. In the pond and in the city. You 2 have the best of both worlds. Hey, that's the end of the story. Come on, guys, everyone's waiting for us. Once upon a time in the magic forest lived a unicorn named Sparkle. Sparkle liked living in the magic forest, but sometimes she felt that she didn't really belong there. She just couldn't seem to do the things that other forest creatures could do. Sparkle wished she could find a place where she belonged. One day, the forest creatures were getting ready for a big party. Everybody in the magic forest had a job to do. Heather the fairy was putting up party decorations. And Patch, another fairy, was in charge of the party food. Sparkle was the only one who didn't have her own job to do. She really wanted to do something for the party, so she decided to help Heather with the decorations. After that, Sparkle decided to help Patch with the party food. Uh-oh. Here comes Neville the naughty gnome. Sparkle was sure that she could help Neville the naughty gnome with the fairy lights. Suddenly, a big storm passed over the magic forest. Suddenly, Sparkle the unicorn remembered something very special about unicorns. And Sparkle had a magic silver horn, and she knew exactly what she could do to help with the party. With her unicorn magic, Sparkle drew a beautiful rainbow across the sky. And with the rainbow, the storm clouds disappeared. Not bad. It was the brightest, most colourful rainbow that the creatures of the magic forest had ever seen. And now it's time for me and my Hi-5 friends to go and sing another song. Once, there was a junkyard full of old things that people didn't need anymore. Every night in the junkyard, a group of animals used to meet. They liked to play junkyard music together. There was Scat the cat, Rhubarb the rat, and their good friend, a dog called Jazz. The animals always looked around the junk for new musical instruments to play. Junkyard instruments. And there was more musical treasure to be found that night. Scat the cat found some paint tin drums. And Jazz the dog made a shaker with a half-empty box of cereal. The instruments were perfect for the Junkyard Animal Orchestra. What a noisy junkyard orchestra. Someone else heard the junkyard orchestra that night. and she came to see what all the noise was about. It was Francine, the ferret. Francine really wanted to join the Junkyard Animal Orchestra, but what instrument could she play? Well, maybe the drums would be good for a ferret to play.
Hey, the shaker. What about the shaker?
So the animals all looked through the junk to find an instrument for Francine to play. But all they found was a muddy old gumboot. Francine the ferret was feeling frustrated. She really wanted to play in that Junkyard Animal Orchestra. Francine the ferret had just found her own junkyard instrument. It was right under her feet. The animals enjoyed their junkyard music so much that they played until the sun came up.